Okay, so... Oh, okay, I remember Wrinkly Kong said something about this. I had to use Diddy Kong to open up something for Lanky Kong so he can go and do his, ordinary lanky style and stuff. Alright, that's fair enough. I can do that without much problem. Diddy Kong's all about getting stuff done. I mean, while Donkey Kong was off doing I don't even know what, he decided to venture off to an unnamed island. I'm relatively positive it has a name, but I don't know it off the top of my head. And help out his friend Timber, the tiger, who apparently is a friend of his. Did not know. And he helped defeat a giant wizard pig through go-kart racing. Because that's how you stop evil wizards. By beating them in go-kart racing. So, there's that. But of course, I guess I don't know. I absolutely love Diddy Kong Racing. That was literally, I'm not even joking, the first game I ever owned in my life. And I played it for hours and days and weeks and months and years. It was a wonderful game. I'll play it for you all eventually at some point. And I deeply appreciate the fact that there was a story at all for a racing game, which is generally something you don't see very often. But it was a very weird story. Okay, so we've got some bananas all up in here. Some oranges, that's good. Whoa, hello. Don't those pegs look a little loose to you? I don't know, what are you talking about by pegs? These things? Oh, wait. These. Okay, hang on. I see what you want me to do, but first I need to collect bananas. They are my primary source of life and whatnot. There's apparently a weird mural of Donkey Kong Island in here. Not sure what it's doing here, but there it is. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I saw with my eyes a balloon string floating in the skies. I made a rhyme, and that's pretty swell. Okay, grapes! There we go. Okay, so you want me to smack these pegs down? I can handle that. Okay, I might have missed, but I'm Lanky Kong. I got this. Want me to push it down even more? No, just slightly. Okay. See, you still want it to be a little nub in the ground, but other than that, okay, hang on. And vamonosa! What does this accomplish for us? It is a... Ah! I was warned about this! I was warned about the zingers! Why didn't I heed Wrinkly Kong's advice? Why did I call her old and useless? Ah, her advice was top shelf. Okay, all of them are dead. So, I get a thing now? Yes. Banana? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's the old something that I wiggity want. There we go. Okay. Well, hello. Another banana fairy. Well, by Jove, this is my lucky day, it is. There you go. Oh, did I clearly did not get it, even though I should have. That's lame. Okay. If you would be so kind as to, like, calm down. Nope. Screw that one up again. Ah, it's bad enough this is a film camera, but a freaking Polaroid? What are we at? What even is this? The year 1999? Oh, wait. Yes, it is. Okay. Banana Fairy. I'm going to need you to chill. Thank you. Okay. Pretty sure you can't make film out of banana skins, by the way. Just throwing that out there. I do enjoy the refills, though. That's nice of them. Okay, so let's just assume that's everything that is for the good Sir Lanky in here. Grab some oranges, because I don't know, why not? And yeah, I guess that's it. Alright. That means, by using the Lanky Kong switch, I should be able to get another banana for Lanky. And then, after that, I just have to deliver the blueprints with Lanky and Tiny, and I'll get another banana. And that would just, I guess, leave one each for both of them that I have absolutely no clue how to get. I can only assume maybe Chunky has some sort of role to play with this. Not sure. Okay, but I do know, because I'm going to slap the beavers with orangutan arms. There we go. Okay. Actually, hang on. Let me take a quick look at my things here. All right, yeah, okay. So we got, I know all that. That's cool and everything. Okay, I've got two I got those. That's great. And some banana fairies. Okay, how many banana fairies are there in the game? There are 20. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. I was just wondering... Crud. I was just wondering if I could see the amount of bananas for every single Kong on the screen. Apparently, I cannot. Oh! Okay, well, there's another banana medal. Sweet. That's all well and good. No, okay, so can it tell me how many of those I've got, like, in total? That'd be the swellest? Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure you can. It will, yeah, I have 7. Not 15, which is what Cranky wants. I've got myself a long way to go, apparently. I have no idea how I'm expected to get up there that quickly. Oh boy. Okay, 60 seconds. 60 seconds! Attack of the giant beaver people! Okay, run, Lanky! Run! You utilize banana port technology! I'm 9 bazillion% positive that there's probably another teleporter that'll get me there instantaneously, but I don't know it off the top of my head, so I'm just gonna have to... Yeah, okay, there we go. Use that monkey climbing skills that you evidently have, being an ape. Okay. I have botched this tremendously. I deeply regret my life choices. Okay, so... I don't know, maybe there's enough time to go again. There was enough time, but I've since lost that wondrous urge to go and try. So I'll try that again in a second here. Let me just take a look around with all of the various teleporters. See if there's actually a way to get there that's faster. Like this 3 teleporter. Is this something, or does that just bring me over to that? Whoa, what? Oh, I was wondering, why is the game screaming at me? Oh, because I ran out of time. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, excuse me, Mr. Sir. Okay, nope, you've got white air. Yeah, I remember this place. Okay, so if there is a teleporter, it's not immediately obvious to me. I just very much need to not screw up. Okay. A very unique and imposing challenge for me. But I shall persevere. I shall also perspire. That was probably too much information. I apologize. Okay, so where's the Lanky? There it is. It's over there. I remember where it is. Don't tell me. I know. Okay, hang on. And handstand grand slam. Okay, nope. Handstand grand slam. There it is. Okay. No need to show me the cutscene again. I've already got a pretty good idea of where it is. Though I guess I appreciate it. Okay. This is fine. We can do this. I just need to not screw up. Okay, there we go. Beaver running in place. That's a little funny. Alright, huzzang! Let's go! Go, Lanky, go! Use your Olympic swimming abilities that you biologically should not be capable of having. Okay, also buy some new overalls. You got a hole in your butt area, which is disturbing. Okay. Yeah, vines! We got it! Now go! Go once more! Avoid the cannon or it'll launch us to I don't even know. Over here. There we go. Do a little monkey dance. All is right with the world. Okay, so now I shall go in the cannon! And I will try and see if there's anything else that I can immediately tell that Lanky and Tiny can do. As it stands, I only know of the blueprints and a small amount of stuff that requires Chunky. Well, I mean, enough stuff to, you know... Oh, I could have used the 2. Yep, okay, so I have wasted your time. Ain't that the wondrous of all things? Oh, hey, a bunch of stuff, though. I'll gladly accept your stuff. Thank you. Okay, hang on, is there another banana in there? Yep, okay, so that would probably, I'm willing to wager a few dollars, like 2. That's probably for the Chunky Switch. Alright, found a lot of bananas. Not as much for Tiny Kong, which confuses me on a deep emotional level. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I ain't got time for your weaselly monologues. Just give me the banana, and I give you the blueprints. We have an established arrangement here. You know, I realize, you know, video game logic and everything, but it's a little weird that Snide, Funky, Cranky, and I assume Candy all, you know, have, you know, their own individual little, like, places for their businesses, all in every single level in the game. I'm just assuming that's the case. I don't know for certain. I don't know. It just feels like a pretty safe bet. Okay. So we just hop on in here, get ourselves another golden banana, because, you know, why not? Why not, I say? Okay, so luckily for me, even though it involved characters from later in the game, Jungle Japes really is pretty much probably the easiest level, as the first one typically is. Alright, so that's 36 bananas out of 100. Theoretically, I'm over a fourth of the way done, but that's not taking into account literally every other collectible. So, unfortunate. I am aware of the fact that this game is actually the maximum amount you can get. It's not 100%, it's 101%. So, just because it says, oh, good job, 100%, but that don't mean nothing to nobody. Okay, so there's Funky. Funky is useless to us. Alright. Kind of missed the fast travel aspect of Funky Kong, but I will accept his change in occupation, although I would recommend a change in name, because seriously, firepower, not exactly funky. Okay, so hang on. I've gotten 60 purple bananas with Tiny Kong, but 90 with Lanky. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Have I ever... Whoa, ayo, ayo. I say an ayo. Let go. I say an ayo. Let go my Lego. Ego, whatever. Waffles. Nom nom nom. Okay, hang on. Have I been over here? Oh! Hello! Here's where Donkey Kong's last thingamarole is. Haha! Okay. Alright, exploring. Sometimes it yields positive results. Don't mind if I do. Alright, time for the Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, do your super, ultra, mega, awesome, chocolatey deluxe ability. Okay. That's not that impressive. But none of the moves have been all that impressive, if I'm being honest. Maybe I should climb a few more trees around this place before I decide to just straight up leave. Because who knows, there could be stuff that I've just missed because of, you know, tree-based stuff. Okay, so I think it's this button. Yep, okay. Alright. Out of the way, various squawks. Okay, I gotta aim myself properly. There we go, and get... Oh, I'm getting bananas at the same time! Oh, now I'm gonna have to come back in order to get the bananas. That's rather lame. Oh, okay, I could have absolutely sworn that I missed that, but I didn't, apparently. Good enough for me, woo! Okay, keep it going. And golden banana! Woo! And I tumble back into the stratosphere, where Donkey Kong suffers from a large array of horrible wounds from the impact. As, you know, actual science would dictate. Okay, now I just want bananas! Okay, that's good. I only have 35? Oh, wait, no, okay. Whew, I forgot. I fed a bunch of them to the hippo guy. Yeah. Okay. Nope, missed. Gotta try over. Keep it going. I'm not leaving without all the bananas possible, good sir. Okay, actually, hang on a second. It should tell me how many I've got out of this. Yeah, 95. So that's the last bunch of bananas for Donkey Kong. So yeah, I'm not gonna forget that those are there. I'm gonna get them now. Nip that right in the bud. All right. I've reached that point in my commentary where I have actually completely. I've lost a lot of air. I'm talking too much and getting lightheaded, and arms are falling asleep due to lack of oxygen. Don't do what I do, people. Okay, either that or get some better lung capacity. I'm gonna have to slow down if I want to keep going, and of course I do. I don't feel like I've recorded nearly long enough to call it a day. Okay, so where on earth are those flippin' bananas? There they are, okay. Just gotta get to good timings! Alright. So this is happening apparently. Oh boy, okay. Also, I just straight up defeated that entire barrel challenge by just smashing the A button, so that's pretty funny. Okay. Okay, Donkey Kong. Well, that was just a failure all around. Okay. Unfortunate. Once more. I'm not exactly happy about the fact that I constantly have to, you know, launch you into the sky there, Donkey Kong, but, I think you would agree, when bananas are on the line, I mean, you gotta make some self-sacrifices. I mean, this is for the good of everyone everywhere. Oh, okay. Could have sworn I missed that, but I didn't. Ah! Oh my goodness gracious, on a freaking Tuesday afternoon. Why am I so bad? I mean, it's moving slightly faster than the other ones, but it shouldn't be that difficult. I'm not that incompetent, am I? Don't answer that. Okay, come on, Donkey Kong. Just get those last bananas, and then you never have to step foot in Jungle Japes ever again. Hypothetically, unless, I don't know, we need you to activate a button so we can do other stuff, maybe. Okay. It's either too high or too low. I want the middle ground, game. Give me the middle ground. Also, thrilling gameplay right here. It must be a ton of fun for all of you guys to watch me continuously fail at something that should not be this difficult. Okay. Managed to get one bunch of bananas. Managed to get the friggin' golden banana. Basically the king of all bananas. Okay, there we go. Now we can leave. Okay. So that's interesting. I'm gonna climb just a couple more trees before we head on out. Figure out what's going on. Let's see. Since I can't guarantee we're actually going to be accomplishing anything, what's something I can talk about while I'm just miscellaneously running around? Let's see. The evolution of Donkey Kong is pretty interesting, honestly. Yeah, when you think about it, because I mean, initially Donkey Kong was just, you know, he was originally Mario's first adversary. He went back when he was merely Jumpman. But at some point they decided, okay, I mean, let's give the character off to, you know, let's give the character off to another developer. Apparently, you know, the one in London of all places, which is kind of odd, considering, you know, Japanese company and everything. But I guess I don't really need to beat Donkey Kong ever again, so yeah. Yada yada yada. They give it off to a British company. They completely redesign him, and honestly, you know, okay, thanks for the fanfare. For the better. I mean, Donkey Kong looks infinitely better now than he did in the day. But I do have to, like, it's interesting. I wonder how the exact. I'm just wondering how it went down. The meeting went down specifically. You know, like. Did Rare want to use the Donkey Kong character for Donkey Kong Country? Did Nintendo hand it off to them and say, hey, make something for us? When they hired Rare, did they even, like, think that they would, that Donkey Kong would be the character that they would, you know, use? Maybe they were going to do something completely original and they decided, hey, we want to use the Donkey Kong, or you should use the Donkey Kong? I don't know. Also, there's the interesting fact of Donkey Kong Jr., a character who has an interesting array of pasts due to frequently confusing things. Like, okay, the most commonly held belief is that... okay, that's why I missed some bananas with her. The commonly held belief with Donkey Kong in general, and the lore that stands with it, is that Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong, who is the one who fought Mario back in the arcade game. And that the Donkey Kong we know is, in fact, Donkey Kong Jr. Although there is some interesting little problems with that theory, Donkey Kong Jr. was originally Diddy, actually. Well, not like originally Diddy, but he was Diddy. They designed Diddy Kong as the redesign for... Okay, there's some purple stuff. That's good. They basically took... And is that for... Yes, it is. Awesome. Okay. So, they took Donkey Kong Jr., created Diddy Kong as his new design, and Nintendo was like, it's too radically different, so either, you know, redesign the character or make him a completely new character, and they decided, okay, we'll make... Well, thank you very much. I assume I just have to collect the coins? Yeah, collect all the coins. Watch out for starfish. Fair enough. And so they decided to make him a completely different character, and it's kind of believed that Diddy Kong is, as far as, you know, the canon is concerned, Donkey Kong's nephew, which is interesting because it would imply that Donkey Kong has a brother or a sister that we've never met before. It's just a big old mess is what this all is. So it's very, very interesting. And I wonder, you know, why'd they decide to make, you know, Donkey Kong a hero in his own right. Because, you know, he started off as a villain, which is fairly interesting. It's not often you see villains turned into heroes, is all I'm saying, basically. And I'm having trouble collecting these coins. But it is pretty interesting. It's also interesting that that Donkey Kong still shows up in, you know, Mario sports games and the like. Okay, hang on, Tiny Kong. Ah! Okay, not gonna get this one. It's okay. We'll try again. That Donkey Kong, is still technically associated as a Mario character, even though he has his own independent series. Much like Yoshi and Wario in that particular regard. They have their own games and their own series, and those games don't have Mario in them at all, except for, maybe an occasional cameo here and there. But, aside from that, they're in the Mario parties, they're in the Mario Karts, they're in all the things. Like, even in, like, for some reason they took them out, for whatever reason, I can't imagine why. But Diddy Kong was in a Mario Kart game, which is really surreal when you grow up with Diddy Kong Racing. You're like, what? This feels wrong. It's like, Diddy Kong, where's Timber and Pipsy and Bumper and Grunch? Oh, I miss them all. Okay, and why am I... Is there one in the middle? Yes, okay. There we go. Goal achieved. All of Diddy Kong's goals have been freely achieved. Anyway, I'm not entirely completely certain really what exactly I was trying to talk about there, but I don't know. Just some mindless blathering, I suppose, because it never hurts nobody. I don't know. I guess ultimately I'm just trying to say I like the Donkey Kong character. I like what they've done. I'm glad they reinvented him. I'm glad that he's not just, another, like, Bowser, like... Because, yeah, they decided Bowser would be Mario's enemy, and they put that in Super Mario Brothers. I mean, that's not Donkey Kong at the end of all those castles, is basically what I'm trying to get at. Let's see if there's any bananas up here for Tiny Kong, because I am about to... I got every single golden banana for her, but I don't have all of her purple bananas. I only need 5 more in order to actually... I only need 5 more to get the banana medal. That's very unfortunate. Ah, well. But yeah, I'm glad that Donkey Kong isn't just another, villain character. He has his own life and his own story and his own little, things going on. It's just all around pretty dang swell. And in that regard, I don't know, this is kind of a, not really... It's not really in the topic of Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong is associated with it. So, I assume... Well, I guess I shouldn't assume. It's not exactly the most popular series, but maybe you guys have at least heard of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. The first one, I mean, it was basically a new version of the Donkey Kong arcade game, basically, is how it was. But then they decided to turn it into a Lemmings-esque game with Mario wind-up toys, and they introduced, Donkey Kong and Peach toys and all that stuff. But what's the most absolutely fascinating part about that series as a whole is that it reintroduced Pauline, which was the original girl that Donkey Kong took and Mario saved, his original girlfriend. Ah, another maze, huh? Okay, destroy all the baddies, then head for the thing. Oh, you want me to kill the baddies too? Alright. Well, I just find it interesting because they reintroduced Pauline, gave her a completely new design. She looks really cool, honestly. And she, she gets kidnapped by Donkey Kong in that specific game. And, but then Mario saves her and everything's good. And Donkey Kong gets the toy he wanted, which was basically the plot, which was kind of silly. But, he didn't really kidnap her to kidnap her. He just really wanted a Mario toy and they were sold out. It's silly. But what I'm saying is Pauline has a new design. A new lease on life is relevant to the, general public. I mean, there was a new Mario vs. Donkey Kong game not that long ago, and she's in it. So why exactly... I mean, with some characters, like the characters we get in RPGs, like Geno and Mallow and all of the Paper Mario partners and the like, I can understand... It's dumb, but I can understand why they don't show up in the spin-off materials. But, like... Why not bring Pauline into, like, the Mario Party games and the Mario Kart games and the sports games? I mean, why not? I mean, we brought in Rosalina, who has... I say this with love. I like Rosalina. She's a good character and everything, but oh, that's a trombone. It doesn't stop the fact that she's Peach with a different hairstyle. Slightly. It's basically what I'm trying to say here, and Pauline looks completely different than Rosalina and Peach and Daisy, and, they could get more female representation, aside from Toadette, which recently was confirmed to be an asexual species. Nintendo doesn't think these things through, but I do, and it's weird. In my personal opinion, toads have genders, but, that's completely and totally besides the point. You know, I just think they should bring Pauline into stuff because, you know, why not? What harm does it possibly cause? There's nothing wrong with having, you know, and okay, I also say this as somebody who actually likes playing as the baby versions of characters in the racing games. I mean, I say that with nothing but, you know, with love and honesty and whatnot, but I think we could take out one of them and replace them with Pauline, maybe? I mean, Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. A little weird, but okay. It's all, I can understand it, what with them, you know, them being in Yoshi's Island and everything. So, they kind of sort of count as alternate characters. I can okay that. Baby Peach is a little different, but she did show up in, Yoshi's Island DS, so that's something, so okay. And, you know, I'm guessing they probably made Baby Daisy just because, well, why the hell not? But Baby Rosalina, I don't know. I feel like that's just taking the whole little gimmick a little too hard. I mean, then again, I'm being completely hypocritical when I say I'd be totally down for Baby Wario and Baby Waluigi. Let me just say that. Either way. Also, I guess my main problem, like I said, I understand kind of why the RPG characters aren't brought into the other stuff and brought into the accumulative, you know, family of the Nintendo of the Mario universe, but it's like, okay, so in the newest Mario Kart 8, you can play as a Koopa Troopa. And now, all I'm saying, and all I'm wondering with that is, couldn't you go just a little bitty, itty bitty, tiny little bit of extra mile and turn the Koopa shells, you know, shell blue, and then, oh, that's Tiny Kong, I'm gonna need her. Just make it blue, and put a Band-Aid on his face, give him a red bandana, and call it Cooper. There you go. Just like, that's barely any effort on your part whatsoever, and it's also, It would absolutely blow everyone's minds. Like, what? You brought Cooper back? What? Like, the same thing with, like... Well, I mean, for some reason, we've never been able to play as a Goomba in anything, which is lame because I love Goombas. But, like, just, you know, give him a ponytail. Give him the Explorer's helmet. Bada bing, bada boom, Goombella. Or just put a blue baseball cap on one. Boom, Goombario. I'm just saying. There's a lot... Why do they settle for generic characters when they can have much more specific ones? Oh man, and put Starlo and stuff for Mario and Luigi. And Egad! Why not Egad? He'd be awesome as a racer. Why not? Like a crazy old inventor dude. That'd be awesome. You know, I'm also implying, you know, like in the actual mainstream Mario games, like, you know, the collectathon ones, like, straight up. Like, bring Wario in. Have him be like a rival antagonist trying to get all the stuff before Mario can. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that they could do with all of the characters. Also, for the sake of just letting you know, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just kind of casually looking around. Whoa, hello. So this is where Snide is over here.